I never thought I'd be the kind of person who would report their own brother to the IRS. If you had asked me a year ago, I would have laughed and said, blood is blood. But life has a way of putting you in situations where every option feels wrong, and you're forced to choose the one you can live with. This is my story. My older brother, Jason, has always been the golden child. He's 3 years older than me, charismatic, confident, and somehow always landing on his feet. Growing up, my parents practically worship him. Jason got average grades. He's just bored. I got straight A's. That's expected. Jason dropped out of college after 2 years to start a business. My parents gave him money and encouragement. I worked 2 jobs while finishing school. That's what responsible people do. I learned early on not to expect fairness. Jason eventually started a construction and home renovation business. At least, that's what he called it. In reality, it was a cash-heavy operation, side jobs, under-the-table labor, and payments that never seemed to go through official channels. But on the surface, he looked successful. New truck, designer clothes, luxury vacations. Meanwhile, I was working a stable office job, paying every cent of my taxes, and living within my means. Jason loved to tease me about it. You're letting the government rob you, he'd say. Only suckers pay full taxes. Smart people know the loopholes. At first, I brushed it off as talk. Lots of people exaggerate. I didn't realize how deep it went. Things changed when our parents asked me to help them with some paperwork. They're getting older, and I usually handle anything financial or digital for them. While organizing documents, I noticed something strange. Jason's income, at least what he reported, was shockingly low. According to his tax filings, he barely made enough to survive. Yet he had just bought a new $80,000 truck. When I asked my mom about it, she shrugged. "Oh, Jason's good with money," she said proudly. That answer didn't sit right with me. A few weeks later, Jason and I were at a family barbecue. He'd had a few drinks and was feeling bold. Someone joked about rising taxes, and Jason laughed. "Doesn't matter to me," he said. "I don't report half my income anyway." Everyone laughed like it was a harmless joke. I didn't. Later that night, I pulled him aside. "Were you serious about that?" I asked. He smirked. "Relax. Everyone does it." I told him not everyone did, and that it was illegal. That's when his tone changed. "Listen," he said quietly, "I've been doing this for years. Cash jobs, fake deductions, offshore accounts. It's fine. The IRS is too busy chasing bigger fish." I felt sick that I might have tried to ignore it if it only affected Jason. But it didn't. Jason had been using our parents' address for some of his business paperwork. He'd also listed our father as a consultant to lower his taxable income, without my parents fully understanding what that meant. If Jason got audited, they could be dragged into it. When I confronted him about this, he got defensive. "They won't audit me," he snapped. "And even if they do, it's my problem." "No," I said. "You made it our problem." He laughed. "You worry too much." I warned him. More than once. I told him to fix his filings, to stop using our parents' information, to talk to a real accountant. He ignored me. Then he crossed a line I couldn't ignore. Jason asked me if I could help him move some money through my account temporarily, to clean it up. That was it. I told him no. He exploded. "Wow," he said. "I knew you were jealous, but I didn't think you were this pathetic." That hurt more than I expected. A month later, I got a letter addressed to my father, from a bank neither of us used. Jason had opened an account in our father's name. That night, I confronted him again. He didn't deny it. "It's just paperwork," he said. "Dad doesn't even notice." I lost my temper. "You're committing identity fraud," I shouted. "Do you realize what could happen to them?" Jason rolled his eyes. "You always think you're better than me." That's when I realized something painful. Jason didn't care who he hurt, as long as he got away with it. I didn't sleep that night. Reporting him felt like betrayal. Not reporting him felt like enabling a crime that could destroy my parents' lives. The next morning, I talked to a lawyer friend, hypothetically. She didn't sugarcoat it. If the IRS discovers this on their own, your parents could face serious consequences, she said. If you report it now, you might actually protect them. That was the moment I decided that I filed a report. With the IRS whistleblower program, I provided documentation, nothing exaggerated, nothing fake. Just the truth. It took months, but eventually the audit came. Jason knew immediately it was me. He showed up at my apartment screaming, "You ruined my life." He shouted. He told our parents I was jealous, bitter, and trying to destroy the family. My parents were devastated. At first, they sided with him. Until the evidence came out. The IRS uncovered years of fraud, 6 figures in unpaid taxes, penalties, potential criminal charges. More importantly, they cleared my parents of wrongdoing because the report showed they had no knowledge of Jason's actions. Jason lost his business. He now claims, I stole his future. Why parents are heartbroken but finally see the truth. They don't fully forgive me, but they understand why I did it. Jason hasn't spoken to me since. Some relatives call me a snitch. Others say I did the right thing. I still struggle with guilt. But when I look at my parents, safe, not facing legal ruin, I know I couldn't have lived with myself if I stayed silent.